Now, this is the only industry where firms and producers get their entire surplus, as we just heard about on the previous slide. So in the industry, as a whole, we have our downward sloping demand curve that looks like so. We have our upward sloping supply curve that looks like so. And this becomes the price that then every firm charges, right? Everybody is going to charge the same exact price. So then the price level's here. And we learned in previous chapter that the difference between what a consumer is willing to pay and what they actually pay is what we call the consumer surplus. So notice that like at levels up here, right? In other words, let's say the price level was way up here at P3. Well, you'd have some people that would be willing to pay this price way up here. However, they only have to pay this price because everybody pays the same price for this product in the industry. Again, if the price was at P2, you'd have a certain number of people that are willing to pay that price. However, they only have to pay this price here, right? So the difference between what we would have paid based on the demand curve and the price that we actually pay based on the prevailing market price is the value of the consumer surplus. So if this was our graph for the market, this entire area right here, we would shade in as the value of the consumer surplus. The difference between what we would have paid and what we actually paid based on our demand curve. At the same time, we have what's called a producer surplus. In other words, look down here based on the supply curve. Let's say that the price was way down here. Based on the, okay, that's not working. All right, so if the price is down here, notice that there's some firms that would have been willing to accept that price. However, they don't have to accept that price because they get to charge the price way up here, right? Let's say that the price was here. Same thing. There would have been some firms based on our supply curve that would have been willing to accept that price. However, they didn't have to accept that price. They got to charge the price up here that's set by the market. So this area down here, that illustrates what we would call our producer surplus. The producer surplus is the difference between what firms would have been willing to accept for payment and the price that they actually got. So this is the only industry where the consumer gets their entire surplus and the producer gets their entire surplus. There's no what we call deadweight loss, and we'll learn more about that in the next chapter.